Welcome to QueerTWENTY by Evo Monk. It is the annual celebration of 20 queer Indians who have made a mark in the fields of business, society, and technology. Today, we are joined by Nayana Udupi, a marketing executive at ThoughtWorks and a transgender activist. What do you think womanhood is to you?
So, I never thought I'm not a woman because, always I had my feeling because I come from small city like Udupi, Mangalore, you would have heard, there, you're not from lower middle class family along with siblings, you have, because knowledge was not vast, and again, discrimination started from my childhood, so I was not raised as a like other child, so I always pushed, because of my attitude, behavior, more into, maybe I don't have knowledge because very small age, I was not fine with male race. Maybe I born as a male, but my feelings inner, before my knowledge it was there that because I don't want that clothes. I want my sister's clothes. Because after my transition, granny told me this, because in small towns, with family, granny, father, four siblings, because of my behavior, father used to tease me, you act like Hijra, you behave like Chaka, I don't know the meaning of it. I know because later on also I came to know that I don't know what is the meaning of it. Because I always had a feeling that this dress is not for me. So I'm a woman in me. So I want to zip it out because I don't have any knowledge about rest of the things, later on after completion of my, so it was always there in my.
So when you were you talked about the struggles and how society was. So could you talk a little bit about your journey? And when you were going through a lot of stuff, you were always fighting back. And you needed that energy, you needed that courage. So where did that come from? What was your support system?
So main support system was after my transition, I'll share you about my feeling. It was always there in my mind, as I told you. I am one, I want to complete my studies. I want to find a job. It was not easy those days, because I felt always भगवान ने हाथ पैर सब कुछ दिया है. I'm also a human being, so there is only two options. Even now, I don't know the percentage of all that, how many. It was my self struggle, and I never felt कि हाथ फैलाना. I don't feel like, maybe a small kind of job, I want to earn my own bread, people say sex work. I was not fine with it. In a bit of education, I was not fine with it, and bit of knowledge about sexual diseases and health awareness, that always I was conscious. So that was the reason, and I moved back to Bangalore. I left bit story because it's a long journey because I was not able to complete my graduation, self-study. After SLC, father sent me to foreman training in Kolar Goldfield in Karnataka, but without my knowledge. Because once you have grown, your attitude is fully changed, behavior, talking, walking style, being with girls, doing girlish work, So he thought that I'm a wrong child, as I told you from childhood, I was facing that mom always there for protection. But the thing is, he never allowed me back to my hometown, so I had to migrate back to Bangalore. My motto was, as I told you, study and working. There is no other option before transition. I'm talking. I started working in hotels as a receptionist and continued my studies. Night duty, hotel receptionist, daytime college, and I was able to complete. Then I find set up my community people, I come to know about transgender, Hijra, the family system where if you go there, they'll adopt you. Then I went back there and did things as I was telling. I was not fine with sex work and begging. Back to Bangalore, started. It was always a bit of knowledge about drawing and sketching and all. After transition, my goal was finding a job.
How inclusive is the LGBTQ plus community in general? Like, is it very inclusive irrespective of your caste, of your social status, or are there divisions within the community also?
Trans community was left out, like um, the society has that, that in their mind that they're untouchables, that is the reason. Maybe we are part of Ramayana, Mahabharata. When it comes to blessings, begging, and shadi mein naach gana hota hai, they'll bless you. Everything happens, but you're not part of society. You're kept away. So even family don't accept you. So that is slowly changing. Parents are accepting. Society is accepting. And as I told, long way to go, So the Indian society is such, as when it comes to, as I told you, Dalit and minorities and all, still that system is can't change, and we have to change ourselves for ourselves, and we try to change people around you who they are ready to listen to you. And who are ready to accept you, who you are, being like human being, like a woman.
What's the next dream that you have? Like, you're still chasing your dream. Where does this chase end?
My main dream is writing my biography. Wanted to write my present. I have that in mind, rather than that. I pray God save the world from corona. Present condition is very difficult. I in one point, I think of, I'm able to find a job. This moment, a lot of our community is struggling for livelihood. They only depend on two things. You can't go out. Luckily. Even my colleague I was talking to my colleague, she was telling me, yes, because sabar ka phal meetha hota hai, because I never left ki, Angur ka story hai na, so I never stopped jumping and finding my fruit, मेरे वो चाहिए मुझे बस. That was my goal, how much obstacle I am ready to overcome. But a lot of incidents, it was always there in my mind. Maybe it disturbs for a few days, but when you think of your goal, forget that, chase your dream.